All right, team, welcome back to TNT Digital Mindset. Today, I'm really excited to dive into some cutting-edge stuff. I've been poring over the latest research on digital trends, and honestly, it's fascinating. I've even leveraged some advanced AI, yeah, you heard that right, to break down the core insights. This way, we can get straight to the actionable strategy. So without further ado, let's jump in.
Welcome back to TNT Digital Mindset. We have been deep in the trenches analyzing all the latest data on AI productivity tools. And we're here to help you really sharpen your strategic thinking. So let's just jump right in. Okay, let's be real for a second. Do you ever feel like you're just drowning in an endless sea of AI tools? Because if you do, you are definitely not alone. There's just so much noise out there, right? And it's getting harder and harder to figure out which tools are actual game changers and which ones are just, well, total time wasters. So guess what? We did all the heavy lifting for you. What you're about to see is the result of us analyzing over 200 videos from the top AI experts out there. We tracked every single tool they mentioned, and then we spent the last 7 months rigorously testing more than 110 of the most promising ones. Yeah, it was a lot of work. And look, we need to be super clear about this. This isn't just about saving a few minutes here and there. No way. Choosing the right AI tools is a huge deal. It's literally the difference between getting 10x more work done or wasting your entire week fighting with clunky tools that just don't work. The stakes are that high. So, with all that in mind, where do we even begin? Well, you start with the foundation. We're talking about the 3 non-negotiable AI assistants. These are the tools that have to form the absolute core of any modern high-performance workflow, period. All right, the big 3: ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. You absolutely have to know which one to pull out of your toolbox for which task. So think of it this way. ChatGPT, that's your heavy hitter for complex problem solving and reasoning. Claude is your finely tuned specialist for writing and coding, especially when you're dealing with huge documents. And Gemini, well, if you live and breathe in the Google ecosystem, that's your master workspace manager. So what's ChatGPT's secret sauce for reasoning? It's something called chain of thought processing. Now what that means is, instead of just blurting out an answer, the AI actually thinks it through, step by step, before it talks to you. And why does that matter? It means you get way fewer of those moments where the AI is confidently and totally wrong. Okay, now let's talk about Claude. Its superpower is just insane. It's got this massive 200,000 token context window. What does that even mean? It means it has a photographic memory for text. You can literally drop in an entire book, a massive research paper, whatever, and it will remember what you said on page 1 when you're asking about page 200. It's the undisputed master of large documents. Okay, so you've got your core assistants ready to go. Awesome. But they're not going to do you any good if getting information into them is a pain, right? And that brings us perfectly to our next category, the interface. This is all about making input and capture completely effortless. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. Our brains work way, way faster than our fingers can type. It's a huge bottleneck, right? That gap between a great idea and actually getting it down. The solution? We got to get the keyboard out of the way. And we do that with really good voice-to-text. So the top dog in this space right now is a tool called WhisperFlow. You literally just hold a hotkey and start talking, and it types perfectly formatted text wherever you need it. But here's the killer feature. It's called course correction. If you say something like, let's meet on Wednesday, it just types, let's meet on Wednesday. It gets your intent. Now, what if you're dealing with sensitive info? That's where Super Whisper comes in. It does everything locally on your Mac, so nothing ever hits the cloud. It's the privacy-first choice. All right, next up on our list of bottlenecks, meetings. Seriously, just think about it. How many brilliant ideas, critical action items, and important details just vanish into thin air the second that Zoom call ends? It's like meetings are a black hole where information goes to die. We've all been there. Well, AI note-takers are here to fix that. The premium choice, especially if you're on calls with clients, is Granola. And here's why. It's invisible. You don't get that awkward AI note-taker bot has joined the call announcement. It just quietly captures your audio and turns it into these amazing human-like notes. Now, if you're on a budget, you've got to check out Fathom. It's a total powerhouse, and it's completely free. A bot does join the call, but in return, you get unlimited transcriptions, and you can even create little shareable clips. Pretty cool. Okay, now we're getting to a category that is just
It's at the very heart of the TNT Digital Mindset philosophy. We're talking about tools that fundamentally change how we learn and do research. These aren't just assistants, you guys. They are your new research partners.
And here, you've got two very different tools for two very different jobs. First up is Perplexity. Think of it as an answer engine instead of a search engine. You ask a question, it scours the web and gives you a neat, summarized answer with all the sources cited. It's perfect for getting up to speed on something new fast. Then you have Notebook LM. This one is different. It's like your personal expert. You feed it your documents, reports, notes, articles, and it only answers questions based on what you gave it. This is incredible for deep dives into your own material without the AI making stuff up from the internet. All right, let's switch things up. We've talked a lot about logic and productivity. Now let's get creative. The progress that's happening right now in AI for professional quality images and video is, well, it's just mind-blowing. And these are the absolute must-know tools in that space.
So for pure artistic beauty, Midjourney is still the undisputed king. It just creates these absolutely gorgeous cinematic images. It's incredible. But, and this is a big but, have you ever tried to get an AI to put actual words on an image? It's a nightmare, right? Well, that's where Nano Banana Pro comes in. It's the one that actually understands how to render legible text. So for things like social media graphics, website mockups, anything with words, it's your go-to.
And get this, now we can bring those images to life with video. The two big names you need to know are VO 3.1 and Kling. VO 3.1 has this incredible feature where it generates the video and the audio. We're talking dialogue, sound effects, all of it, perfectly synchronized all at once. Then there's Kling. It's a bit more budget-friendly, and it's fantastic at taking a single image and turning it into a moving video. Plus, it does a great job of keeping a character looking the same across different clips, which has been a huge problem until now. And that brings us to our final and honestly the most important category. This is where the real magic happens. Because here at TNT Digital Mindset, we know it's not enough to just have a bunch of cool tools. The real power, the 10x leverage, comes from connecting them all together into a seamless, automated system. This is where it all clicks into place. Forget manually copying and pasting between apps. With platforms like 8n or Make.com, you can build these incredible automated workflows. Just imagine this, a system that automatically uses Perplexity to research a topic, then sends that research over to Claude to summarize it, and then saves that perfect summary right into a specific folder for you. All of it happening in the background, maybe even while you sleep. That is where the value just explodes. So I want to leave you with this one final question to think about. When it comes to AI, are you just a user of tools, or are you becoming an architect of systems? Are you just using a random collection of apps, or are you strategically building an integrated machine that works for you? Honestly, the difference between those two approaches is everything. It's the whole game. If you're serious about mastering the digital economy, make sure you subscribe to TNT Digital Mindset. Thanks so much for listening.